Yes, Happy New Year. I want to talk something. It is a lot of people don't provoke we since 2016 till now as we fight this war for liberation for Southern Cameroon. And one of such group where they don't over provoke we, now this group where they call themselves artists, they call themselves Anglophone artists. Now, our own brothers and sisters where they come out from the Anglophone or the English origin from the former West Cameroon. But how did they provoke we? Every day they go carry flag for La République du Cameroon, they carry them for the back or carry them for the heads. Every day we go here say World Cup a day. Now they go say we go take this cup, we go take that cup. They decide for side with the enemy and promote the enemy instead of stand with their people. We never even tell these people, say, go stand the talk for us, like Abdul Karim do, because we know the danger where they would them on top of them, inside the territory that they live. But we just need them to behave neutral and make like they don't know something that happen, or at least behave like Ukrainians, where artists that fly back home, they sing with the people for console them and keep them calm as the war go on. At least for look into the refugee them. Look to the people, them, the IDPs. Look into the way they happen. Even sing song for solidarity. Like Askia sings on song them. About Garuno or whatever. Yeah, and Leo. And the other one where it said, let's negotiate. Now blood the flow. But what they do? They woke up, they fight 80-20. 80-20. 80-20 not the fight for restoration of Southern Cameroon. 1820 not the fight for the culture of the people of former West Cameroon. It's not the fight for the culture of the English people. It's the fight for the people that because see, these people that Makusa, these people their own type of things, it not deserve our interest. And so any man like CY International and all your friends will tell you, anytime we hear such messages again, anytime we see the flag of La République du Cameroon, we come after you. Will come after you with all the might of Ambazonian. Every person where you stand for fight for which way it is stand for promote now the enemy where they kill our people will come against you. But more than knows of one thing. Maybe when I think say this or the war don't finish. Maybe when I feel say now the guns don't go silent. It don't end. I want to let you know. Say war or life not be straight curve. Time the day we get ups and downs. Will the still come? If the still can start and make I let you know something, if you ever doubt, this country where you say we fight from top, where we the column, we the abuse we say that one thing, that one thing go stand. That one thing, that independence go come. Just know, remember one thing. La République will kill everybody, and that independence go come. As I always talk, the independence of the people of Southern Cameroon is irreversible and irrevocable. So when you live your life, when you do this in them, think about your future. Think how you go about. Because those people not going ever welcome you. But the people when they're out of the country, the people when they're Douala, the people when they're Yaoundé, when you come back for our place, whether na Bisong Abang, whether na Munyenge, whether na Batibo, whether na Bichati, or wherever, they call our homecoming. Homecoming. There is nothing sweeter than home. And you are home now inside Ambazonian, Southern Cameroon. But when you work at the dance, because you want to be accepted for the other side, because you want to be the sister you belong to the French side, will not even be nothing. So we tell winner today, stop this thing or they come after winner. Remember, we will be the softer targets. If a kilometer strong pass, we forget them. We will not even reach anything. We don't even move in our house. The Gary winner. In the end. So, stop provocations. Just there you know, day you learn, do your thing them. No promote them, no promote us. We not tell you say carry amber flag. No. We not tell you so. Our people die and we get right for fight for our people. And our way this. So no go to provoke them. We will come after you. Happy New Year once again. And the New Year go good if you keep your lane. But if you don't keep your lane, we not watch them. This one not be for CYE1. Now for all other people them. We are known ourselves, Carol and Caprice, and the other one, they did many. Thank you now. I hope they don't enter.
Ambazonians do not know about what is valuable for them. I've mentioned I mentioned in my last conversation a very important resolution called the Capital Heights Resolution. They don't know about it. But the European Institute of Peace called us in a capacity workshop. In that capacity workshop, that was the first time all of us came in. We all do not really have the same common ideology, but we were able to agree on one thing, that our strength is our sovereignty. Our weakness is our disunity. Here's the question that needed for anybody to answer. What is our sovereignty?
You keep on talking about the need. Hold on there. You know, I am the anchor man here. You keep on talking about this need for unity, coming together, doing things under an umbrella. But the problem is that the leader of your organization, Goji Dinka, would not want to belong to anything that he is not leader. That's the problem.
No. You've just inherited the bias that was taken over by people who did not want to reason with what was the process. At the time when Goji Dinka was working in deconstructing the false edifice of Cameroon legally, which was everything he was doing, he was requesting at every juncture collaboration with SCNC, and actually with Cameroon Anglophone movement, with the Southern Cameroon's People's Movement. I was there, I was watching it, and SCNC. And we have the records to prove that. We have the documentation.
You may be right, but I'm talking of the present, though. I'm talking of the present. You talking about yesterday. I'm talking about the present between 2016 to today.
Well, here's the point, Brian. Part of the problem, our revolution did not start in 2016. If anybody,
I get you. That's why I say I am talking of the present, and the present is 2016 to today.
Okay. Yes, and at that point when I'm saying, if people came in 2016, all they needed to do is add value. You are excited about your country being subjugated by Cameroon. The subjugation is the subjugation of your sovereignty. Now, please join and work with what was already in place, which was already the
That is the problem. That is the problem.
You have to.
That is the problem. Work with what was already in place, which is Godi Dinka. We have the same problem with Weaver, thinking that without him, nothing can work. We have the same problem from group to group, to group. Each leader hanging in there, and thinking, if it is not me, it cannot work. That is our problem.
No, the facts. I'm not here presenting. I'm defending the sovereignty. Dinka defended the sovereignty from.
We are all defending our sovereignty. There is no single Ambazonian out there who isn't defending the sovereignty of Ambazonia, but the ability for the leaders to lay down themselves and say, let us work together, is not there. Goji Dinka want to remain the president of Ambazonia till he dies. In fact, he is grooming his son to take over from him. These are the problems.
It's getting childish. When you say things like that, it really doesn't make sense. Can you produce me documents?
I am giving you facts. I am giving you facts of the matter that this. Yes, go on.
I'm saying to you that if we came in 2017 and you wanted to add value, you would have done your due diligence in researching what was
you were on the table. I wasn't there in 2017. You were on the table there. You had the meetings. You had all the conclaves in Lagos, in DC. Well, you know what? Let's not digress from the subject now. Let's not digress from the subject. Let's move on. That's a discussion for the whole other day. Let me get back to Comrade Martin. Give us your take on this Canadian thing, please. This story is a true case of what we call dog eat dog, or the proverbial what goes around comes around. And this can only happen in the corruption-infested country of La République du Cameroon. 2 weeks ago, a whistleblower in the Cameroon Ministry of Economy and Finance leaked a document indicating the disbursement of 120 million francs CFA to a non-existent BLM Culture and Development Association, LEGDA. That was in 2018. ABS has now learned that more money was doled out to the said association in subsequent years. But what the association did with the funds remains the mystery. The funds were disbursed into a clandestine bank account in Yaoundé, known only to one John Fongang and Paul Tasson, the president and secretary general of the supposed association, the non-existent association. Bernard Forgeau, Cameroon's member of parliament for the BLM, and Juan Boniface Nkobenai, who worked at the presidency in that country until recently, are also alleged to be part of the racket that knew of the disbursement of the funds and how it was used in the non-existent association, pretending to still have control over the southern Cameroons, Ambazonian. The Cameroon government released the funds into the coffers of the non-existent BLM Cultural and Development Association, ladies and gentlemen, to fund youth engagement in agriculture in the BLM, according to a statement that accompanied the funds from their finance ministry. The crux of this story is this: not a single franc from what became a yearly allocation disbursed to the association ever touched the hands of the people or anybody in that matter in the BLM except the duo. Apparently, the reason why the whistleblower leaked the transaction. As the document showing the fund disbursement made the rounds in the social media, especially within the BLM community, anger, consternation, and outrage characterized reactions from the people. There are questions too that they demand answers for. Questions like, who created the said bank account? Who created the said bank account in Yaoundé, into which the funds were being directed to? And who are the signatories to the account? What was the money used for, and by who? So far, John Fongang and Paul Tasson, who are directly indicted by the public, have remained silent. Phone calls to them remain unanswered. Indeed, Fongang is reported to have shut down his own phone number after a flurry of phone calls began pouring in. Paul Tasson has also not made a single statement about the allegations. 3 days ago, the story took another twist. A statement from Cameroon Supreme State Audit and the presidency in Yaoundé, issued on January 3rd, among others, is summoning John Fongang and his culprits for an urgent audit. Paul Tasson isn't mentioned in the summons, but Fongang and Boniface Nkobenai are requested or summoned to show up for the state audit. The BLM people may finally get to know who took the millions, adding up to over 500 million CFA francs, and exactly what it was used for, if at all it was used for anything. An interesting angle to this story, which is where the fraud is the fact that the Liberian Cultural and Development Association that received these funds doesn't even exist. It exists only on paper. In fact, the last time the association functioned was in 1997. ABS was told that the association went under right after John Fongan became president in 1997. Since then, nothing has been heard of the association. Paul Tasson became Secretary General right after that also. But besides the two, there are no other known executive members to it. In fact, Justice Fonkwe, a judge of the Cameroon Supreme Court from Liberian, attempted several times to revive the association. But the duo of Paul Tasson and John Fongan pushed back on the effort. But this is the question. Does the fact that fraud may have been busted here mean anything to the Yaoundé regime? Thieves are never caught in the country of Cameroon. In their system, thieves are never caught. They bribe their way to freedom. If anything, just like in all of the southern Cameroons where the elite always want the people to believe they work and fight for them. This certainly is a case of the elite fighting for themselves, siphoning funds into their own personal pockets and not for the people. It should serve as an eye-opener to Ambazonians. Cameroon cannot punish them because then they will have no more agents, or what is popularly known as black legs, to use in placating Ambazonia to end the war. But if they do punish them, that would have only resembled the other playbook of La République du Cameroun. Use them and dumb them. We hope Ambazonians as a whole learn the lesson though, that the so-called elite who come to you telling you to stop the war are not fighting for you. They come because of their own gain.
From the time of Sako, I never had any conference that Ambazonian, any conclave or any conference that they held to mandate people to represent. The only time we will mandate people is when we select a team of negotiators. Since never reached that level where we needed to mandate people to talk on behalf of Ambazonia generally. Canada has not reached that stage. And Anyangwe has called that, please call people and mandate them to stand by so that they will represent you officially. So there's nothing secrecy about it. Anyangwe has said everything. I don't know why people keep saying secrecy, secrecy. What should they tell you that they have not got? Nothing is happening in Canada. It's pre-talks. So what should they come and be telling you? What Anyangwe sent out, is it not enough? Please, we are still in pre-talks. Please, we are still pressuring La République. He has not committed. Unlike in Swiss talk, where our Swiss team accept La République has committed. When Ayabacho insisted that La République has not committed, Bo Hebert came up often every time and say, if you say they have not committed, show us proof that they are not committed. That's what Bo Hebert keeps saying. That's what Tim Axe keeps saying. Show us proof that La République has not committed. Unlike in Canada, Anyangwe came out and said, please, La République has not committed. We are still pressurizing them to commit. And when the time comes, we will let you know and put a standby team in place. Instead of putting this standby team in place, we refuse. We are there doing gossip. We are there just talking. Let Comrade Chris take charge as the leader of the Ambazonia now and call a quick meeting this February, not March. to select or call a team of people to select those that we know that have that resume. Ask people to send their resume. And then we select. Those who are selected through him, we give. Those who refuse to go through him, they want to go through their own group, they go. But that list will be compiled somehow in Canada. And then that team will be representing Ambazonia, not groups. As of now, even in Canada, at the level of Canada, it was still groups that were representing because Team Act was made up of group. It was not a selection of Ambazonians at random who qualified to talk. No, it was groups that were being educated about a negotiation process. So there were still group leaders that were there representing their groups. It was not yet representing Ambazonia. So nobody has ever been mandated to negotiate on behalf of Ambazonia, not Swiss, not Canada yet. I think that should be clear. Constitutional mandate. There's no constitution in Ambazonia that is binding all Ambazonians. We shouldn't live under an illusion that the interim government, which has a constitution, controls the whole of Ambazonia. They may control 50%. We were controlling 80%. But now we are splintered. And now no interim government is not controlling no more. No single faction is controlling that 80% anymore. Not even 60% anymore. And so we cannot say interim government is representative. We cannot say CIS was representative and Canada was not representative because a large majority of organizations did not attend Swiss. They rejected Swiss. Same with Canada. Some have left. So we cannot talk of representation. But if you want to know whether it is represented, you know that members of Team Act are also in Canada. And by the way, Team Act itself, even though both have disagree with it, but Team Act itself is represented over there by somebody. I think they say it's Emma Osong or somebody like that. Take note of that. That may be a rumor, but I'm not sure of that. It is financed by La République du Cameroun. No, La République du Cameroun does not have money to finance that mediation. It's not financed by La République du Cameroun. The Swiss initiative was never financed by Swiss. It was financed by Canada, and Canada is still the one scoring the shot over there now. So I think there are a lot of things that are left that I will but note that there was no ceasefire signed there, and there is no ceasefire. That's never been announced, and it was never signed. Nobody owns a discussion. Yes, true. Nobody owns. And therefore, nobody, whether you are interim government, should stop the process of a negotiation. You can only boycott it as we have done, and we boycott it. We are losers right now. We are now looking like desperate idiots that are desperate to know what we refuse to be there ourselves to discuss. We rejected it, we refused it, and instead of galvanizing people to boycott it, we did not. We stay outside it only to be hearing rumors and criticizing. And now we are looking like we are desperate, trying to know what is happening in Canada, whereas we had the opportunity to be there on the table and to decide what happened. Instead of being the people who determine what happens in Canada, if we were there, we would have provided leadership, the leadership that Anyangwe is providing now. Instead of being the people to be there to decide what is happening, we boycotted, and now we're the ones that are desperate to know what is happening. And I hope that you see some of these faults, so that when you meet in your cabinet meetings, you can be able to say this. If I write this in any forum, they are going to kill me, but these are the truths. I have not said. If you have anything that I've said that is false, come out also and counter it. Also inform me. I stand corrected. But based on these things that I'm saying now, I think that I'm correct. Canada is not a hidden thing because everybody was invited. Only those that boycotted are calling it hidden. The same thing like they were saying about Swiss. Those who boycotted say Swiss is a hidden thing because in the Swiss thing, they did not even tell the truth. Canada is even telling the truth. They have postponed the conference only for next week. The Swiss thing had conferences where they did not attend, where they postponed as well. They had several. And they did not tell the truth. Just 1 year in Switzerland, the HD told Ambazonians to manage, in quote, manage your expectation well that the Swiss stocks has been suspended. 1 year. But 2 years after, when La Republique made it public, we only heard from La Republique that before Team Ambazonia come to accept that, yes, Swiss HD had informed us that La Republique has refused to come. They did not tell us. Is that not a secret? And that's why I keep saying that they told a lie. Because when we asked, even including in the ROC, when we asked, we were told that the Swiss stocks is very much alive, whereas they were already dead 2 years back. They didn't tell us. You know that. What I'm telling you, know, it's communicators who break the thing out to us that the Swiss stocks, they were told that it stopped. So compare Swiss and Canada and see which one is going well. Canada is 175% going well, whereas Swiss was even 30%. I will not even give them 20%. Based on these facts that I've given, I can say Canada is more transparent than Swiss.
But I think, again, we need to be honest with ourselves. We cannot keep this circle of lies. There comes a point the international community will be tired of us, okay? Let us start with first things first. First things, we are very, very disorganized. We have to accept those realities. We cannot have one country under subjugation and we have 6 people calling themselves presidents. We have 6 people running like governments. Those things cannot work. Okay, we have to solve that problem. Ambazonians will have to look at each other in the eyes and accept these truths. It's not my opinion. Those are facts. You have Chris Anu, Seseko, Marienta, Ayaba. Those are facts. And people see. People are not stupid. We have to solve that problem. Okay, that is the first situation we have to solve. Hey, it's not my thing. We can say it. And then the second thing is Ambazonians should understand that we have a crisis of legitimacy. It is not our doing. It was caused by La République in 1972. Accepting that weakness makes us strong because we're going to tell the international community we don't have the mandate to sign documents. We want La République du Cameroon to respect international laws. We want them to respect international treaties. Okay? That is the first thing we need to accept. We cannot keep on lying. We will not lie our way to independence. The third thing I want to explain is Ambazonians know that those going to Canada did not have the popular mandate nor the elected mandate. And now it makes everything that we do in all our pre-talks a waste of time. Because like we can simply come back and say, you know what? I don't know people who sign these documents. They don't represent Atangaji Port. They don't represent Philemon. They don't represent the millions of Ambazonians on ground zero. Okay, we need to accept those realities. Now we have to come back and face another problem. If that is the case, so I can constitute my own groups with a bunch of friends of mine, and we go out there and we talk to La République in Nkemkem, or we go talk to La République in Djibouti. we should not promote this kind of disorder. We need to stop this, go back to the Skarkuf arrangement or something better, bring all the groups, all the leaders, form structures that are verifiable, that the UN can write us, that the other international communities can get in contact with us. Because we are unfortunate that, unlike Sudan and Somaliland, we are not found in the same place. We are not in ground zero. We are scattered all over the world. We need to have somewhere the international community can get to us. We are no longer in the informal situation. So I think that we need to be able to accept our weaknesses, look for ways to solve those problems, and create a better situation for ourselves. Ambazonians have to have integrity. We cannot lie to the whole world. We cannot lie to our people, and we cannot lie to ourselves. The reason we have so many groups is because we have embraced fraudulent behavior. We don't say the truth. First of all, I will start with MOISC and Brother Lambert. I was part of MOISC when we created it in DC. What happened? MOISC was created as a secretariat to bring all groups together, and so we speak as one people. Before we know it, MOISC became a group of its own. We cannot continue with this circle of lies. Let us look at what the consortium did. The consortium was created as the whole Ambazonian people coming together, sending their representatives to form a solid body that speaks on their behalf. They spoke to the Republic. La Republic tried to bribe them. They left La Republic and went and came to the diaspora. Immediately they came to the diaspora, we corrupted them. And we want them to now become a group. No, consortium is not a group. Consortium represents ground zero. And now this is the problem we have. We have people, I don't know if I'm the only person here, but I think we have a bigger legal minds in here. What is a group? We should first define a group. You cannot just sit on your WhatsApp, call 5 or 6 people, add it to your WhatsApp, and say you have an Ambazonian group. We should have a standard. If you are a political group, you should be able, one, form your bylaws, register in your country of residence, and make us know that this is this group, this is what they do, and so people work with clarity. What has brought La Republic into our revolution is that La Republic has even created more groups in our revolution than bona fide Ambazonians. Because today, we have that easiness when if I don't agree with Brother Lambert, I just walk out, create my own WhatsApp group, create my own IG. We don't even need to follow due process.
Shall we return to our own vomit? Again, the question is, shall we return to our own vomit? Of course not. We are told that only dogs do. Only dogs do return to their own vomit. Today is January the 9th, in the year of our Lord, 2023. I am Chris Ano, your comrade in arms for a free and independent Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Fellow Ambazonians, I come to you with a critical announcement. We are declaring February the 10th and the 11th. And when I say we, I am referring to all of us here at the interim government of Ambazonia. We are declaring a national lockdown of Ambazonia to start on Friday, the 10th of February, and Saturday, the 11th of February. Fellow Ambazonians, this lockdown is critical and important because we are not dogs. We are not dogs, and we will never be, to return to our own vomit. Even before 2016, when they started this conflict against us, we had refused to take part in any festivities or celebrations marked as 11th February. 11th February was declared in 1966 by French Cameroon President Amadou Ahidjo. Until 1966, what we celebrated was Empire's Day and not 11th February. And by the way, look at that date, 11th February, which they now call a Youth Day. A Youth Day. What has it got to do with the youths? If you can think about it. What has the 11th of February got to do with any youth in Ambazonian or in La République du Cameroon? Zero. Fellow Ambazonians, we should never forget our own history. The 11th of February was the date of the plebiscite in 1961. Again, the 11th of February was the date of the plebiscite. It is the day where slavery was forced upon us by the United Nations, the British, and of course, the French and French Cameroon. So we cannot be celebrating our own day of slavery, the day we were made slaves. They came to us with a plebiscite, and instead of asking us whether we want to get independence to be a country of our own, they asked us if we wanted to get independence by either joining Nigeria or joining La République du Cameroon. How has that worked? And what are we going to be celebrating? How has it worked for the past 61 years? They forced independence with La République du Cameroon upon us. And the day that plebiscite was carried out, our annexation and colonization began. And for 61 years, we've borne the brunt of it. Fellow Ambazonians, we have since denied celebrating any so-called national day in our territory that is implemented by La République du Cameroon. And so this one, the 11th of February so-called, will not be different. We shall not celebrate anything in Ambazonia called National Day on the 11th February. 11th February was since banned, 20th May banned from our territory. And so we're asking everybody in Ambazonia, get ready to stay home, shut down everything that you can, that can be shut down on the February the 10th and February the 11th. Monday will be our regular ghost towns. So the lockdown will be on, again, Friday, February the 10th, and Saturday, February the 11th. Please pass this message to every Ambazonian. We shall be coming back to you with details as to what goes on during these days. Please pass this message around and start preparing to shut down everything of your own. We cannot give La République du Cameroon a semblance of any victory. They hope to send the images across the world to say, listen, the war is over. Just imagine you send your children out to go and march and participate in any march past. And please let me say this to every school or college anywhere in Ambazonia. Your children go out to the street, to any ceremonial ground to participate in anything called 11 February, your school will be completely shut down indefinitely. 11 February has been banned throughout the territory of Ambazonia, and it is going to remain so. Even when we get our independence, it's a bad day. We shall never celebrate our own day of slavery, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going back to it. We shall never go back to it. October 1st remain our only national day for the moment. God bless you all.
Thank you.